Early Spring Yunnan Bao Hong Dragonwell Green Tea. What's up, everybody? Eric here from Tea and Tobacco. Today we're going to be looking at this offering from Yunnan Sourcing, so let's take a look. All right, so today we are looking at Early Spring Yunnan Bao Hong Dragonwell Green Tea. I got this from Yunnan Sourcing, and this is spring 2019, so it is fresh right now. So if you're interested by the end of this video, go check it out over at Yunnan Sourcing. So this is a really unique form of Dragonwell because it is picked very early, and just looking at the tea itself, it's very baby leaves. There are even some buds in here, and it's just kind of processed in that flat Dragonwell type of processing. So we're gonna brew this up and get tasting. I have 5 grams in my 100 ml gaiwan here, and I'm going to be using 160 degree water today because this is a fresh green tea, and just to keep the bitterness away, I'm using much cooler temperatures. So let's get to this. I'm not going to be doing a wash. I'm just going to do a 10-second infusion right at the beginning, and we'll go from there. While this is steeping, be sure to like and subscribe, and go check out our Discord server, which you can find down in the description. I'm in there pretty much all the time, and we have been having some voice chats going on in there too, so check it out. So this tea brews up very light. It's a very pale. It's actually kind of similar to the last tea that I reviewed that kind of looked like honeydew. So, and I have a vehicle outside, so I'll be right back. So that was just FedEx disturbing my dog. So onwards here. So sent off the dry leaves. Do that right now. It is really a fresh grass, watermelon rind, and a bit of toast, like white toast. Very interesting. All right, let's get to tasting here. This first infusion, mouthfeel, it actually feels decently thick, even though it was very, very quick infusion. Flavor-wise, kind of looking at like a dry bean, like a kidney bean, and a light spinach, and like a puffed rice, like a Rice Krispie type of rice. Very interesting to start here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with dry bean, kidney bean type of flavor with some spinach and like a puffed rice, like a Rice Krispie. No bitterness. There's not really any sweetness to speak of either. Just kind of more of that a malty flavor. Not malty, malted, I guess. Just kind of that ricey flavor. Cool. So I will continue on here, and I will go 20 seconds out on this second infusion here. And while this is steeping, why don't we take a look at the dry leaf material. So looking at the dry leaf material here, you can see it's very young leaves. There's even some buds here and here. And color-wise, you're looking at all the way from light green to very dark green to even some purple fringes here and there. All right, so for this second infusion here, brews up just about the same color. There is a slight bit of fogginess in there, just some very small particles really, since this leaf is so young, there are a lot of like fine little hairs and stuff. So I kind of expect them to kind of get into the tea. So not a big deal. It's not like super cloudy. You just kind of see the little floaties in there from the fine little hairs that grow on the leaf. Second steeping here, you get more of a vegetal flavor. Spinach, kind of like a Brussels sprout. Still have that bean and rice and kind of like cereal grain type of flavors. I guess that would have been a better descriptor of the first infusion with the, instead of calling it malty, I guess more of like a cereal grain. So there's a slight bit of bitterness coming in, but it's not bad. So for this third infusion, we're going to go out 30 seconds and see where we land. All right, so for this third infusion here, color still the same. Still have those slight little floaties from the hairs off the leaf. While this is cooling down real quickly, let me show you the wet leaf material here. So looking at the wet leaves here, these are just very, very tiny, very young leaves. And just to give you an example here, here's one that I found. I mean, just on the tip of my finger, you're looking at, 2 leaves and a bud, and it doesn't even make it down to the first crease in my finger. So these are very, very young and tender leaves. So for this third infusion here, we're looking at very similar from the second. Still have that light bitterness in there as well, but it's pretty much the spinach, Brussels sprout type of flavor with that dry bean, kidney bean, rice, cereal grain. That's pretty much where it stands here at the third. So just because of that slight bitterness and the strength of the flavor, I'm going to go this fourth infusion at 30 seconds again. I think 40 will be too long, so we're going to go 30 on this one. So we're here at the fourth infusion. Again, I did 30 seconds on this one. Color, basically exactly the same as the previous ones. "30 seconds was probably the way to go on that. Kept the bitterness at bay. Same initial flavors: spinach, Brussels sprout, dry bean, kidney bean, rice, cereal grain, touch of bitterness in there. One little thing that is starting to come out is a slight touch of fruit. Can't really pinpoint what type of fruit. I put it more in like a melon, watermelon, or honeydew type of flavor. Kind of more on the brighter end instead of like cantaloupe flavor. Maybe even like a slight berry. So kind of in that watermelon, honeydew, strawberry range of type of fruitiness. But yeah. All right, so here at the fourth, I'm going to leave you guys, but I'll give you the rest of my previous tasting notes from earlier session that I've done. So from here on, I continued to go out 10 seconds for each subsequent infusion. I went out 10 infusions on this by the end of this. So number 5, same thing. You have that spinach, that touch of fruit, and the slight bitterness. You also get a slight minty flavor in there as well. For number 6, at 50 seconds, you're looking at an underripe watermelon. The bitterness kind of really starts to dropping at this point, and the spinach takes a back seat. And then for the 7th infusion, I did 60 seconds. 8th, I did 1:15. 9th, I did 1:30, and 10th, I did 2 minutes. And then those flavors from that last infusion, kind of the underripe watermelon, drop in bitterness, spinach takes a slight back seat. those continue all the way and are kind of consistent for those last 5 infusions or so. So if you're interested on picking some of this up, it's over at Yunnan Sourcing, and it is the Early Spring Yunnan Bao Hong Dragon Well Green Tea, and this is from 2019. So if it's fresh right now, if you want to go check it out. So thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe. I have one more fresh tea video coming out soon, and then probably won't have any tea videos for a little while just because I have been slacking on all the other stuff, but I've also been sick, so I haven't been very interested in smoking anything. So those will be coming up. Be sure to like and subscribe. I think I already said that. There's a Discord server if you want to come hang out with us and chat. It's a text chat, but also there is voice chat in there too, and I'm in there quite often as well. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Tea and Tobacco. See you guys.